I'll try and put the messages in the other thing and just call Tom when you're feeling like it. And there you go.
Okay, well, I'm hanging up because I'm about live, or it should be.
Bye.
Hey there. So let's try this again. Shoot me the chat jumping in, and we're going to try calling Tom. Jump in a comment. Let me know if you're seeing me. And I know
the Carrie cross posted. The Carrie makes
easy. We're live. We're live. So I'm trying to see if I'm waiting for comments to pop up, but I think I'm live with you. I'm looking for. There we go. Hey, Joel says hi. So Tom, I'm on. I just pulled it up on my own.
No, you got to. Carrie's going to set you up on the cross posting, and I think it's got to be done before you go live.
Well, I already am live. So let's see if I can cross post to Mabe in America and Tom Mabe.
Yeah, I'm getting double feed.
I'll see you, brother. Well, I think we're live. So I'm sorry, guys, for all of this. I'm going to try and back. Chris, can you guys just let me know that you can hear me or not, and we'll call Tom back if you can. This is all the funds of the internet stuff for a couple people that need their kids around. We need someone can loan me their 5th grader that can come in and get all this stuff working for us. David, I see I texted. Chris, anyone, let me know that we're good. Yeah, you are live. Okay, well, I'm going to try Tom again and see if I can get him on. Thanks, Joseph, Chris, everyone. I juggle. I could do some of that, some card tricks. We can figure out. Lynn, thanks so much. Yeah, so I'll probably just.
Hello, Jeff.
Hey,
hello.
Hey, Tom, you're on. Are you? Hopefully, we're.
Are we cross posted?
I did it to all of them, so hopefully that came across. If not, I probably have to start. It says cross post too. I got all 3 selected.
What are they, like Mabe in America?
Mabe in America, Tom Mabe. Yep.
Tom Mabe comedy.
Yep.
All right. Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll just run with it. I'll let you check.
Well, I will tell you earlier when we were live earlier, I had like 21 people, and then all of a sudden I had 260. So there may be a little bit of.
Was that right after you disconnected me?
No, right before. It just got really bogged down.
No, I meant you disconnected me, and then everyone got on because that's how you make me feel. You know, Robin, the Batman. So I tell you what, we got to get that. Was it Jim Hoyt? We got to get him back on.
You missed it. He was. So here's the deal. He's up in Rhode Island.
There's Jim saying hi.
He quit for. Jim quit. He was drinking 1.7 liters of vodka a day, and he went to a 5-day detox. And how cool is that? That is just encourage everyone. You have to do some kind of rehab, some kind of detox. And I worry about people like Jim who quit and they don't. I feel like you need an exit strategy. Otherwise, you have to get back. Are you there, Jeff?
Yeah, I'm here.
If you don't have some kind of because drinking is just a symptom. We have to fix our head.
Yeah, I mean that's why I've always said it's like a 2-part system. And I've got a guy that's going to be on tomorrow night that I haven't heard his answer, but he was given. We were talking about the same thing about the long term and fixing. God, you're opening up a whole can of worms here, Tom, because, the reasons that I drank are never going to go away if I don't fix them. I can bury them. I can ignore them. I can be a tough guy and hide from them.
Yeah.
I can, but if I don't fix them, they're always going to be there, and they're going to keep coming back, and they're probably going to build. For me, I got to fix the drinking, and that's what we're a rehab facility going through that detox. That's fixing those issues is part 2. Part 1 is getting this crap out of your body, and that's where we're not even sober talk isn't even about that first part. That's where doctors need to be involved. People die from trying to do this, and where sober talk and all of this, sober talk's great for coming to that decision, that realization, getting questions asked and answered. Those are critical. And then after it's out of your system, ongoing for the long haul is where we're in. But that detox where you're taking something that's been in your system for a long, long time and suddenly removing it, that's where it hits the fan. And that's where you got to get some professional involved. I mean, there's people that die from it that don't do it. That don't do it supervised. And plus, they make it comfortable for you. I don't, there's a reason why they give you anesthesia for getting your wisdom teeth pulled, because it would suck. It probably hurts like hell to do it without anesthesia. There's a way to make it comfortable.
We work with a lot of detox facilities and a lot of rehab facilities out there. And, a lot of people were into, like, I don't know if you saw the movie with Ray Charles, where he was, he cold turkeyed it, and he just was like, they watched his blood pressure and his heart. But that's hard. I mean, that is very, very hard. If you could go somewhere that has a medical component and they give you, like you said, the medication that wean you off, but once the actual physical addiction is over with, you have to worry about that mental addiction. So you're still going to want to self-medicate. If you still have issues and unresolved things in your life that you haven't dealt with, you are going to grab that bottle or those drugs.
Yeah, Sarah just put in the chats, why do I keep wanting to drink? Muscle memory, Sarah, that's a bunch. In fact, I would love to have you on talking with Tom and maybe even James Sweezy about some of those things. Sarah, you need to either text in, put that 502 number up, but love to talk to you guys or talk to you off air. But those are the things. Muscle memory, it's how our brain is trained that at any kind of discomfort in our body, mentally or even physically, we've trained it to it's Pavlovian response. That's where boom, alcohol. Boom, alcohol. I'm having a crappy day. Boom, alcohol.
And if you're wanting to run a marathon, you can't go run a mile and buy a treadmill. Go, okay, I'm going to run a marathon next weekend. It's not going to happen.
Right.
You have got to train, and you have to prepare for that. And I see so many people. We have, quit cold turkey. I'm fine. Day 4, I'm good.
Yeah.
Well, you're going to get muscle cramps. You're going to, you're going to try to finish that marathon, but you're going to die. You're not ready for this. You're used to giving up anything that you're used to. It's a mental and physical, tobacco is one, but people don't die from giving up tobacco. People don't die from giving up cake. People die from giving up alcohol and the the drugs. That's something that's not your mind or your heart, or do I have the guts or the wherewithal or the mental strength to do it. That's not what this is about. This is a medical situation in your body, and when you suddenly cut it off, it just wreaks havoc. Brenda, Tom, and you probably know better than this, and James Sweezy would be a great, because he's in that business, but she was asking, does insurance pay for detox normally? My insurance paid for a good bulk of my rehab and going through the detox and the rehab. I think the generic answer is yes, very much so. But I also, the little bit that came out of pocket, I would have paid a hell of a lot more for what I got. My sobriety. The money you're going to save.
Yeah.
Anyone asking, and Carrie and Jeff, let me know if you can hear me, because I'm kind of talking in a
You're
weird
good.
way on my phone. If you have any kind of, paid insurance, some kind of help through Medicaid or Medicare, there are facilities out there. And even if you have no insurance at all, we have helped find people the right facility that will take them, and they will apply for Medicaid or Medicare for you. You got lucky because you worked it afterwards. You know, Jim Hoyt, who said he did 5 days. I mean, if I talk to Jim next week and he goes, well, you know, it's out of my system. No, physically it is out of your system, but mentally you still need work. Drinking is just a symptom of something else that's going on. And let me repeat that. Drinking is not the problem. Your head is the problem.
Right.
And until you deal with those internal issues, you are going, as soon as life throws something at you that you can't deal with, you don't have the coping skills, that coping muscle to deal with a death, a divorce, a loss of a career or job, you're going to fall off the rails. You're going to fall off the wagon. So, I mean, I'm telling you, life gets so much better. So if anyone's listening tonight, I don't care if you have insurance, you don't have insurance, whatever the case may be, we will help. We put people in all over the country. We don't put them. We help them find help, you know, and we don't get anything from this. Now, my sponsor, my dear friend, you know, James Sweezy, he has 3 facilities, but 7 out of 10 times people don't come to his facilities. They go elsewhere. So just if you need help, just let us know. But you gotta fix your brain. You can't just fix, you know, you just can't detox physically.
I love all the chats we're getting. They're fan. We're getting the answers, and that's what I love about this group, Tom. And I'm so glad I joined you, and you let me join you. Right now, the answers, the questions, like I said, like I say kind of in my starting, I don't have the answers. I don't know if you have them, but as a group, we do. Collectively, we do. And right now, there are so many people are putting so much great information in about FMLA, protecting your job, getting coverage, how to do this. This is the beauty of this chat and the Sober Talk private group page. We can collectively, if we all chip in here, we can get the answers. We can figure this out, and that's one of the reasons I'm here. I don't know the answers, but I guarantee there's a whole bunch of people listening right now that have gone through this and are going through it with me and face the same kind of crap that I deal with and questions I have, and they've got the answers. We can talk it out and figure it out.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And, you know, geez, I had to, you know, we don't talk a whole lot about how I quit, but I went and finally spoke with someone who knew what they were talking about. Because, Jeff, for 25 years, I tried to quit. I quit for 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years, and then all of a sudden something happens, and I'm off the wagon, and it's progressive. If I was drinking a 12-pack a day 2 years ago, I come back in, I'm drinking 18 beers a day.
Yep.
It just keeps on going, keeps on going. What a waste of money. What a waste of life. We had a lady on the other night talking about The Naked Mind. Have you heard of that book?
Yeah, I have not read it. I've heard so many people say it's a fantastic read.
Oh, she's like 20-something days, and she's halfway through the book.
Yeah, I'm blanking on the name. Someone can put it in, but it's The Naked Mind, and it's kind of a go-to for people that are looking to understand why they drink.
Right.
You know, it's a very I've heard. We both need to pick that thing up, Tom. It's if I can get it on audio and listen to it. Actually, I'm getting that cataract surgery next week, so I might be able to read for the first time. But you know what's Tom? Looking back at when I met you, and just to repeat, Tom and I, 18 years ago met, and about 15 years ago, I went to my first AA meeting with Tom. Yep. I don't know if we were supporting someone or whatever, and that was the last but we both knew that, hey, this Tom guy and this Jeff guy, you know, well, he needs to quit. You know, we might not have said it about ourselves, but looking at each other. But during our little recovery, I think when you were drinking, I quit. And then when I would start drinking again, you would quit. And I didn't want to talk to you during that time because I was embarrassed. You know,
you
Shane,
did. You totally blocked me.
oh yeah. Well, you were making fun of me and you laughed at me. Unlike me, who's supportive for people in my situation, you used me in your act, held up pictures about me and made fun of me. No, but it's and the beauty of this thing is we're all in the same boat. That's why this group, it's so therapeutic to talk to people because we're not being judged. But that's how I felt. I literally felt, boy, Tom doesn't want to. He's looking at, you know, Jeff, that weak loser is drinking. And it was that cycle. And I didn't want to face you. I didn't want to face myself. I didn't want to face anyone with that. Yeah, Tom, no, that's not Tom on the wall, but Tom is...
Jeff, I'm going
there.
I'm going to send you.
This is the picture that Tom gave me. It was on the page, but I asked him to give me an autographed picture. This is him at a football game wearing with it's hard to figure out, a baseball mitt. But he signed it. He can't even spell my name right. I asked him, so to Jeff, my best friend of the whole wide world, Tom Mabe, he can't even spell my name right. So that just one of the many times he hurt me. But
hey, Jeff, check your text. There's a guy who wants to talk, and you should call him on the air. If you want to add call, if you have an iPhone or what. But I just sent you a text. This guy dealing with something about those that relapse, and he gave me his number. So if we wanted to call him.
Yeah, I will try it. Now, Tom, I think the way this is set up, I can do it, and he'll just be on with us.
Cool. Let's try it.
So let's hold on here. I got to... hang on here, buddy. Oh, man, hang on, Tom. Tom, sing. You're a freaking entertainer. Do something. Do part of your act while I'm doing this.
Broken wings, learn to fly again.
I know you're used to dead air when you're up on stage, but I'm not. So...
Hello.
Hey, this is Jeff Graham calling from Sober Talk. Who's this?
Mike Allendorf.
Hey, Mike, hang on. I'm going to try and merge Tom in here with you. Tom, are you there?
Are you there, Jeff? So Jeff is calling a guy right now.
I got him on the line, Tom. I think the three of us are on. Mike, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm here. I hear you both.
Mike,
Hey, Mike.
Tom, go ahead, Tom. Take it.
Mike, but tell me what's going on.
Tom, my wife has relapsed. 6 years ago, she started drinking due to work, lost 4 jobs due to alcohol, drinking on the job while she was fired from 4 jobs. So she got into a treatment program, did for 3 years, and about 3 weeks ago, she relapsed and back drinking. So we're trying to get her back into a program. She actually came home from work drunk today. And vodka is her devil of choice that she uses. So
Devil's the right word.
We all love the vodka.
Devil is the right word. This is your wife, Mike?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. God, it's.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a couple of questions. So
Sure.
You guys are married.
Yep.
And she has a job, and was she sent home, or did she come home on her own accord, or what?
Well, tonight she comes home on her own accord. She works in the medical field, the doctor's office, and she sent me a text that running late. I have 3 more patients, so going to be late. Go ahead and eat dinner. Within 10 minutes of sending that, she's walking in the door, staggering, and she says, "I'm drunk," and goes to bed. And so she left all of her bags out in the car, so went out to grab those, and then sticking in her work bag is a 1.5 liter of vodka. And it's not the first time within the last 3 weeks. And we're trying to figure out what triggered this, and that's the $1 million question. The previous time, I actually, here in Kentucky, we have a law called Casey's Law, and I had to pull that to get her the help for the first time. But we're starting this infancy now, so it takes a while for her to build up some issues. I was hoping, and I think you alluded to when you were doing your preview for this episode about you wish you got arrested or pulled over for DUI, I guess, for the better term. That's what I'm hoping, to get her help that way, because she's in denial, just typical. It's not my problem. I'm not going to drink. You try to question her with the background I'm in, and she just constantly just denies it. It's like she came in, admitted drinking. So I said, "Would you stop at a liquor store?" So I didn't stop anywhere. So it's like, it's the typical circle of alcoholic lies, as I call it.
Well, so here's the deal. She has got to. You got to be. Is she good with the idea of going back into treatment?
Well, that's the $1 million question. She's been telling me for the past 10 days she's been working on it, and she is not trying to get back into a rehab.
That's her addiction talking.
Yeah.
She has to get back. And I'm not talking like a 5-day detox. She's got to get into some kind of treatment facility. Does she have any kind of help with her insurance, with Medicaid or anything or something like that?
Oh, no. My insurance would pay for something like that to a certain degree, of course. But that's the $1 million thing. Again,
do you guys have kids? Do you have kids?
No, not between us. And I hate to say this, but I thank God that we don't. We're a blended family, and they're all out of the house, so we're now the empty nesters, if you will.
Oh, my. Wow, Mike, this is tough.
It is. Oh, yeah.
This is so. Jeff, are you hearing this?
Yeah, I'm listening. It's
yeah, she needs help, and
here.
I feel like you need to pack 2 bags, one for you, one for her, and go, this is your bag, go to treatment, and this is my bag, I'm moving out if you don't go to treatment.
Right, and that's exactly the law laid down actually yesterday. I hate speaking ultimatums, but that's what I told her. She got till next Friday, the 12th, to get yourself somewhere. I'm here to help you too. But at some point, I told her then, it's like, I got to cut my losses because I'm not going to go back down the nasty path we were in years ago, because it got ugly.
How long you guys been together?
We've been together 15 years.
And how long has she, before this relapse, how long was she sober?
3 years. Just actually this past January would have been 3 years.
I got to tell you, man, and I know so many people, and I got friends in treatment facilities all across the country, and COVID has just made it so tough.
Oh, yeah.
And it's her excuse, but so many people are relapsing.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you're saying at home, yeah.
Your wife is not alone. You're not alone. So the issue is how long. Right now, you're driving to Florida, and you've got a quarter of a tank of gas and a ball tire, and you think you're going to make it to Florida on a quarter tank of gas. I'm here to tell you that that's not going to happen.
Nope.
You have got to pull over, and you have to get her some help. You have got to be the husband. My wife, after going to Al-Anon, she apologized to me. I put her through years of hell. She said, I apologize that I wasn't a better wife, and insisted.
Yeah.
That you got, I disappointed you. Go ahead, Jeff.
No, that's the we don't want to hurt the ones we love. We don't want to give them those ultimatums. But the negative, someone put in the chat, which is a great point, is talking to her in the morning when she's sober, or talking to, I don't want to say her, but talking to someone in the morning when they're sober, than at night, because the alcohol is speaking for them at that point. And again, I'm not a professional. That's just my opinion and what I've seen. But in the morning, it's going to be her talking, and you're not going to be fighting the alcohol that is got the upper hand, or is present in force like it is tonight. But that's the hardest part, is that ultimatum. And I was given a minor ultimatum in my situation, where the message was clear that I was loved by my family, but they're done. They're not going to put up with it, because it's not fair to them. It's not fair to the kids, whatever the case may be. And it was basically,
Jeff, your son didn't talk to you for like a couple of weeks.
That was after the rehab. That was after that Super Bowl weekend, which is coming up. This weekend is a year from a really bad, a very needed. My family doesn't understand this, but people in recovery, or ones that have successfully bounced back from relapse, will understand. But that crappy weekend, and I'm using language for the air. The adjectives I'd like to use are worse than that, was the best thing that could have happened to me. because it finally took away, it got me stripped down to just the facts. There was no hiding on I was faced with reality. There was no more excuses. I had no more excuses to hide behind. The lies were done. They were words. I mean, even the words "I'm sorry" meant nothing. I was told, you know what? I appreciate you saying that, but that means nothing to me. Show me you're sorry. And that could take months for us to believe that. And thank God I was given that chance, and you know, I'm still regaining that trust. But it has to be the tough love, because if my family had told me, you know what, Dad, you this Super Bowl weekend, gosh darn it, you need to try harder. You know, we love you. Get it next time. Well, they just gave me a go-ahead for the next time, because I just learned that, you know what, they're gonna forgive me. I just got to come in with those puppy dog eyes and say, boy, I'm really sorry. It was not my fault. It was someone else's. The stress of work was just too much. And my God, I just wish I was a better husband. And the fact that I'm not the great father, you know, it was too much. So I drank. Oh, look at the tears welling up in their eyes. Dad's really a good guy. No, that's a bunch of crap. I just gave an excuse for me to drink. And what I needed was save it. Save it for someone that we don't believe you anymore. We're done. Quit talking. Show us or leave. Right, and that was what I needed. And thank God they did that. It was the best thing that ever could have happened to me, was them saying, we don't buy your crap anymore. We're done. And I had nothing left. And it's like James Sweezy had said, I was basically standing with a door to sobriety, fix my problems, or here's a bag with some clothes and take them down to the under the bridge. There's some people down there in a tent that'll probably take you in. They'll forgive you and put up with your crap. Those are your choices. No other choices, nothing else. The decision's yours. I'm not forcing you, but you got to pick one or the other. And I guarantee if it's done right, and I'm not the professional, Mike, I wish I had. You know, there's people out there that are going, no, wrong, don't listen to Jeff. He doesn't. But I'm just talking from the heart. But no. I guarantee the part of her that's good, and the part that's pissing you off is alcohol, what it's doing to her. It's not her. And she knows that it's alcohol, but it's kicking her butt right now. And she gets through this. She is going to thank you profusely for getting her fixed and happy. And
yeah, she did the first time, and you hit the proverbial hammer on the nail right there. You know, she looks at the baby blues and, oh, I'm sorry, and I love you, and then you kind of melt a little bit, but then you got to be the hard butt and stand up and, you know, do these ultimatums, which, you know, it's tough love, as I think you said, and you know, and that's the hard part, seeing your level and go through this, and you know, the physical aspect that it brings. I know, time you had some heart trouble from earlier, which you talked about. She had the same thing when she was into it years ago. And that's the part that you got to be mindful of, is what else is it doing to you other than destroying your family. It's, you know, physically beating your body down.
Brenda made a good point. You know, that counseling is helping her, but I needed to bite the bullet and get the help. And no one's going to bite the bullet for me. No one's going to. I had to walk through that door. There's people on the other side of that door that are going to be there to help, that were there to help me, just like this group is there to help her. But there's no one in this group that is going to make her get sober. There's no one that's going to make her, no one in rehab that's going to make her do this. That you got to bite the bullet and make that decision and that step yourself. But are there a ton of people and a ton of help out there to make it easier and successful? Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Utilize
Jeff,
it.
Let me jump in here. So
please.
I've got, on any given night, I always have 5 or 10 people who are they are very needy, as we all are, and they need attention, and they just want to talk. They just want to talk about it. And after I give people, literally, I give about it seems like that 10 to 14 days that I will give them. hey, Tom Mabe is going to talk to you. We're going to work through this. I want to help you out. I'm a drunk. You're a drunk. Let's see what are we going to do here. And after the 14th day, I cut them off. And then I just got a text from a lady who was saying, hey, man, your buddy was really, really hard on me. I said, yes, ma'am, because there's people who really want help right now. You just want to talk about it. And I'm so, you'll know when you're ready. When you are really ready to get sober. But right now you're just thinking that you're just negotiating with your own head. Now, God, was James because James gave me a speech on this the other day. I thought, oh my gosh, it's so brilliant. But right now, the sooner you fix it, and you sound so young. How old are you and your wife? Are you in your 40s?
Oh no, I'm 51 and she's 50.
Okay. Well, you don't see a whole lot of 60-year-old hard drunks drinking vodka at the doctor's office, coming home and leaving their bag. So right now you have a choice. And the sooner it seems like you're on the high dive and you're talking to me and Jeff, do I jump off and you're like, okay, dude, either jump or come back down the ladder and let someone get up who wants to jump. And you're nowhere near that. You're not even on the dive. I want to apologize for that. But I literally, why I'm talking with both you and Jeff right now, my phone is burning up from people who are just, I'm like, it's a pity party. No, you're not ready. And I'm not going to sit here and talk about it for a month and a half. When you are ready, come back to us. So where are you at? When do you want to get your wife help? When do you want to say, hey, when you want to practice that tough love? How many more times her driving home drunk? Are we waiting until she hits a kid, until she goes to jail? Because a lot of times we just don't want the confrontation. It's like, we'll let her fix herself. I don't want any confrontations. But no, dude, if you're married and she goes out and hits a kid or something, it's your house. It's your house. So you need to do this for both you guys.
Oh yeah, that's exactly where we're at. And I had to do that last time, but my job that I have, I'm kind of limited to what I can and can't do legally with her. Again, the best thing for her would be pull over. So I have to wait for things to happen to trigger. Like when pulling the cases off the first time, I had to pull all the doctor's records from her. She was 6 times, 7 times the legal limit. And one doctor physician goes, these are John Bottom numbers. I said, yeah, they are. And that helped us get it. So I have to really step around to get that help. And
you live in Kentucky. You live in Kentucky.
Yes. Yep.
I live in Louisville. Are you remotely close to me?
Oh yeah, same city.
Okay. And you're ready to not enable her anymore, and you're ready to take the next step.
Oh yeah, when we after the first time, I mean, I stopped drinking for the most part as well. I may have an occasional beer, but that's usually when we're out. But there is nothing in the house that she has access to like we did in the past. In the past, a full stock bar downstairs in the where the bar was at, and she went through everything. Special bottles, give you a case signed bottles. She drank them. And you got that, it wasn't me. I didn't do that. It's like, well, no one else house is drinking this stuff but you. They were signed special bottles, and I'm not drinking them.
Right.
So
one thing, Mike, I like where Tom's going, and is with her. And again, this is, and again, I shouldn't say her, but with someone like this, in that situation, when they're sober, talking about it and saying, what is our plan? Our plan is, are we going to check in? If so, when? Write it down. Let's get a concrete plan. Are we going to get all the booze out of the house? What is? I hear people, I got to do this. I need to do this. I hope it's different this time. I'm sure going to try. That I've hoped and tried a million times and failed. For me, I have to have a concrete plan to succeed, because hoping it doesn't work for me. Maybe it works for some people, but it doesn't work for me. And just hoping that, well, I'm gonna try not to drink this weekend, honey. I'm gonna try to do better next week. That's that. If you hear me say that, plan on fail. I got no chance. But you give me, what are we doing today? What are we doing tomorrow? A plan. It's just like this weekend. This is my big fall off the wagon 1 year deal. I'm not going back to that crap. I will not do it. And people are sick of me asking them to call me. People are sick of me. I'm going to be doing live shows. I don't care if 2 people are on. If you get a notice and you see at some crazy hour that Facebook is live, it's Jeff just coming on to just be accountable this weekend, because I'm not going back to it. It's hell. It sucked.
Yeah, it does suck. And Jeff, here's the deal. You've been through it. Okay, one of my dear friends has been in rehab 5 times. He's a freaking professional. I'm talking top-notch professional. I don't know if it was in the right rehab or what. I'm just saying, look, she was sober for 3 years. 3 damn years.
Yeah.
And something got a hold of her in January and made her like, oh my gosh, or whatever, whenever she started back up, COVID, whatever. But right now, Mike is at a position where I could potentially, you're 51. He wants to retire in 14 years. He doesn't want to be living in in his car, and he doesn't want his wife to be dead.
No, absolutely not.
It's called tough love.
It is. And that's the path we're on.
But you can't, Mike. It's not. I don't care how much love you have, or how much willpower you have for that person. They've got to do it themselves, and that's what sucks about this disease is, for so many, we have to hit rock bottom before we finally get to that point. But she's got to do it.
Yeah,
I mean,
she has to have a nudge. She has to have a nudge. She's driving home, leaving her bags in the car. He finds a bottle of or vodka in it. She's at the point where she's better off in jail than out driving home from her work.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yep.
And it's sad to feel that way, but you're right.
There's so much support when someone makes that commitment and makes that step and steps through that door. There's a ton of people that are ready and just saying, I've been through it. Let's talk about it. I'll tell you what happened to me. And you know what? I'm alive and I'm happy. It's not the easiest always. It's not always a total peaches and cream journey. There's great moments, and there's some tough moments. That's anything worthwhile it's hard sometimes, but God, is it worth it? But she's got to, realize if she makes the step, there's a ton of people, professional and schleps like us on this friggin' show that we're there. We've been there. We're there now. We'll get through it together.
And you do a good job. I've listened to some of your podcasts, and keep it up.
We are not doctors, but one thing that we can tell you is that anyone with any common sense is that you can I love her. I can't make her go. Well, you can love her to death. You can love her till she just crashes and kills herself and kills someone else. And then you're getting letters from some attorney in Louisville. Hey man, did you not know that she had a problem? Did you not call into a radio show? Did you not look at her doctors? At this point, it is tough love. It is. You have to here's your suitcase, or here's a big old black garbage bag. Get all your stuff and get out of my house.
Yes, absolutely.
So,
but you know what? The love is huge, and it's so worth it. I mean, you're doing that tough love may be hard, but it's the best, most loving thing you can do for them. Hey, Tom, real quick, Brenda was asking, do we all have a list of reputable treatment places in each state? You've got a source to find that, don't you?
We just got a lady with no insurance, nothing, into a facility in Florida, and I hope she goes. Hey, what's this Casey's Law? I'm sorry, I'm not an expert. Tell me what Casey's Law is.
Casey's Law was enacted here in by the General Assembly, I want to say about 15, 20 years ago, due to a issue with a teenage boy with heroin issues. Parents tried to get help, couldn't get it. Court couldn't order it at the time, so the parents pushed, of course, legislators to create a bill, which is the Casey's Law, named after this kid. What it entails is you have to prove that your loved one has a problem, that they're a danger to themselves or danger to others. So you have to get a court, I want to use the term court order, but it's not ordered yet, but they have like a list of clinicians you would have to take the patient to, your loved one to. They would do a intake evaluation, and then they would recommend to the court, yes, this person is a danger, does need help, and you have to, when it goes to the court system, you have to have somebody ready to go to take them. So typically what would happen is they would have the Jefferson County sheriffs take the person right from the courtroom to the treatment center, or they had to be there within X amount of times that the family member wanted to take them. So that's what we did the first time. And again, this is ordered by the court. They had to periodically check in with the therapist or the psychiatrist, whomever the therapy is, to the court saying, yeah, this person's getting help. This is the program. And then they're held on probation. She was on probation for 2 years after she got released from the care of her psychiatrist for the first time.
All right. Well,
the one thing, Tom, you had talked about someone that'd been in treatment and then went 3 years. This is not a this disease is not a broken bone that you go into the hospital and they reset it and they put you in a cast and then it's done and it's fixed and it's over with. Recovery, if you don't like hearing this, too bad. It is for 99.9%. I know someone's going to go, oh no, I did it and I can forget about it. I'm back to normal. That's not the case with 99.99% of us. So the general rule, it's an ongoing thing. Does that suck? Yeah. Too bad. You got it. Yeah. I hate that I have it. I wish I didn't. I do. I got to make the best of it. But recovery is not a one-time fix. It's not go to rehab and come out and now I can drink normally. I can drink like I did when I was 18 years old. I am back to normal. This does not go away. It's
yeah, but it's not cancer,
right?
Here's a cure. Mike's wife is stage 4, and if she continues without some kind of treatment, I don't get it. If you're cancer, if you have diabetes, you are going to get help. Why in the hell do we not want to get help when we're alcoholics or drug addicts? It is stage 4 cancer, but hey, guess what? We've got this medication that can help you along. All of a sudden, she thinks the alcohol is the medication. Right. She is hurting or struggling inside, and she is self-medicating with a liter of vodka while she's working and driving. So,
yeah, we fix our problem. With our solution to the problem was something that's just adding to the problem. Drinking does not fix any problem. It might numb it for a very short time, but as soon as that evaporates out of my system, that problem is right where it was, and it's probably now you can add all the other crap with the drinking onto that problem as well, and now I'm even in a bigger ditch or hole of self-pity. And so you know how I fix that? I drink more, and I dig it deeper.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let me just preach, Mike, at the beginning of every show. I go, how do you know if you got a drinking problem? If it causes problems. If you're like me, you drink to deal with problems, then all of a sudden the drinking becomes a bigger problem than the problem I was trying to deal with. Right now, Mike, you're the problem. If you don't throw your wife a life vest or whatever, she's going to drown. Reach down and grab her and just do whatever you have to do. She's going to be pissy. She's going to hate you. How dare you? Blah, blah, blah. But 2 days in, she's going, oh, my gosh, thanks for loving me so much.
Yep.
Yeah. We got to wrap it up, Jeff.
All right. Hey, Mike, thanks for coming on, and everyone. All the technical problems, it was Tom's fault. Actually, it was Carrie's fault, wasn't it, Tom?
Carrie is
God.
not a good person.
It's
Carrie,
yeah, I just, it's this.
She's easy on guys, but she is not a technical. We got to fire her, Jeff.
Well, it's like pouring. Our problem is technical issues, and Carrie is just the equivalent of pouring alcohol onto those issues. It's
Carrie
not.
got the microphone drunk tonight. She was enabling my microphone.
Exactly.
Mike, love you, buddy. Good luck to you. All right.
Thank you all. Yeah, have a good one.
Hey, Mike,
guys. Good job.
I'm afraid I'll hang up on Tom, Mike, so I'm going to let you just hang up on the line, so don't say hurtful things about us under your breath right now, because you'll still be live.
Oh, all good, guys. Thanks again.
Thanks
y'all
very
be
much.
safe. Take care. Good luck to y'all.
Appreciate it. Good luck to you, and stay in touch and let us know how things go. Please keep us, stay in touch on this thing. Tom, you
All right,
still
brother,
there?
I wanna go. Yeah,
That's
here.
it? Nothing else? It's
You look
freezing
good.
up here. We're
I like
going to have
the-
0
I
degree.
like the
We're going to have.
sun visor. I like you get 28 degrees. You got the sun visor on. I'm digging that. That's
We're
cool.
going to have single digits up here in Cincinnati this week.
Yeah, it's I think 65 here right now. A little chilly on the beach.
Well, quit using your Ethernet cord as a blanket. Maybe that'd, use it for what it's.
Wrong? What's wrong? Everywhere I go, I just bring problems. I don't know what's going on.
Well, you're not drinking over them, and that's the important thing, because I know that those kind of problems before, you know how I would have fixed them.
Oh yeah. You know what? You know what's wrong with my computer? It needs a Bud Light.
Yeah. Oh, that's yeah. And then in the morning, I go in and go, "What the hell did I do to my font? Where did all this stuff come from?" And yeah. God, I just want those. I want those nightmares. Tom, take care. I'll let you hang up. All right, everyone. We will be. I will be back on tomorrow night, 8:00 Eastern time. Got a couple of guests, but my number. If anyone wants to be on the show, or we want to email, because we are doing this Zoom thing. Obviously not tonight, but I really want to get where we can get people on, so you don't have to just stare at that ugly guy in the white visor right now the whole time. But if you'd like to be on, either you can text me on the Cincy Sober cell, which is 513-313-6676, 513-313-6676. You can also send them to Tom's number, which is posted. We'll get him either way. I'd love to have you on. And thanks, everyone, and we'll talk to you tomorrow night at 8:00 Eastern time. Take care. Be safe, everyone. Stay strong. CJ, I see you on here. I'm going to write that down real quick. Give you a call a little later if that's okay. Great, everyone. Let's keep it clean, CJ. Everyone take care.